Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a PeterGregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch PeterGregg.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday night. Who would have thunk? It's been 7 days since I've seen you last. And this week, the big excitement is the Sony FX3 has gotten announced. Boom, it's out there. It is all laid out. You know what it is? It's basically what you're watching right now. What are you watching right now? We're watching the Sony A7S number 3. They had a number 2 and they had a number, nobody talks. That's what they had. So what we're on now is what you see right here, the A7S III. So you take off the viewfinder, you add a fan. What else did they do? You take off the viewfinder, add a fan, put a handle, add $300. Boom. That's what it is. But it represents a whole bunch of new interesting things that are happening in the marketplace, which is what we've got and what we're going to talk about tonight. And we're just going to get together tonight, see each other, hug on each other, do all kinds of fun things, and just spend the next hour or so, or two maybe, and enjoy and find out what we did for the last week. But what I need first is a little piece of chocolate, and I got them. These are mini Hershey's Kisses, tiny little ones, just little babies. You pop them in your mouth and you go like, where is it? Where did it go? Where did everything go? Oh, well, it's in there. I can taste it. It tastes wonderful. So, welcome. Yesterday was the 25th, which would have made it Christmas time. That's right. One day, and we would have had a Christmas show tonight. So, here we go. We are now on the rotating cameras. You could see what camera we got right there. And let's see who we got in the room with us tonight. We got Ray. Ray, you're the first one in tonight? How you doing, buddy? I am so happy to see you. Thank you for being here. I thought I put your name up there. Come on. Ooh, it got so tiny. Who moves this stuff? Oh, I know what I did. I updated the program. It forced me to do an update. And when it forces me to do an update, I think a few things change. Just my opinion. So Ray says, hi, Peter. Did I actually get here first? Yes, where are you? You did. I'm kind of surprised. What are you doing? Over there, it's what? 7:04. So you're starting a nice, handsome young man, a model, and you're sitting there waiting for me? Wow, I feel like super honored. I feel like wonderfully honored, and I thank you for being here, of course. So how you doing, Ray? I told you I saw the video that you did last Friday, right? I did a lot of loving on you. So I was very proud of what you did, and I need to go check and see what you got in views, because that was quite a good video. I thought it was excellent. I'm just pouring some water. If you guys want to know what's he doing, I'm pouring some water. It's Friday night. We're going to spend a little time together. I think a little agua would be very nice, because I do a lot of talking. Yap, 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 yap. So, so that brings me up to date. So that was Ray. He got here first. I'm actually surprised too. You're not the only one that's surprised. So I put in a little bit of cran apple, ocean spray cran apple. Where are we? Over here. And water, like 50-50. I love this, but it really packs a punch in the sweetness. It's like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Nothing against it being sweet. I like sweet stuff. So Ray is the first one in the room. And Bob is the second one in the room. No, he's not. Bob is not the second one in the room. David Crooks is the second one in the room. And I guess I'm going to have to fiddle-faddle with this for each camera. Hi, Peter and family. It's David Crooks. David, should I test out the mic and see? I think I should because, you know, I was singing and I set the mic up for something different. Almost heaven, it's Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, a mountain mama. David Crooks, this song's for you. There we go. All right, so I do see the meters. It looks a little low. Is the volume okay? It should be okay. It should be okay. All right, so David, welcome to the room. So David noticed that I had a haircut, and I guess it's not going to remember now. I'm going to have to enlarge this every single time. So let me double check. Nope, once I do it each time, it remembers for that one. Okay, so let me call you sweetheart. Not you, David. Don't get excited. It just popped into my head. I was watching a Turner Classic movie, and that was running in my head, so it just came out. So let's see. I'm going to have to fix everyone. And look at Bob is in the room. Bob, Rand. Hi, Peter. Happy Friday night. Happy day after Christmas, because yesterday was the 25th of February. So today is Boxing Day. I guess it's Boxing Day. I'm sitting with my doggy, Mike. He got neutered today, and he's pitiful now. How can a guy cut another guy's beach balls off? I just don't get how you could do it. I tried like 3 times because the vet kept telling me I needed to do that with Jingle Bells, and I started to make it. I said, no, I just can't cut his balls off. Sorry, there's no other way to say it. I just can't do it. So I just delayed, and then you guys know the rest of the story. But the vet said he did great, and he doesn't sound like, wait a minute, I can't see the bottom. Oh, he doesn't like the cone of shame. Yeah, you know, they put that thing around there, but he's got his natural instincts, and he's going to run the natural instincts. What are you going to do? It's just the way he's made. So, you know, it's got to be there. If you wanted to, you could try a diaper, but I don't think that would work. And plus, I don't think that the area wants to be touched right now. So he's just going to have to suffer for a couple. How many days you got to put the that cone on his head after he gets neutered? After he gets his balls chopped off? Might as well call it what it is. You did it, so you gotta, you know, pay up. Here's Rocky Cola. Hello, my friend. It's been a long time. You look great. I am happy to see you. Every time I see you, I think of a millionaire because Rocky Cola. I mean, Rocky Cola is the #1 soda out in the land. It's Rocky Cola. Rocky Cola, yeah, it's a man's drink. And you got to be raking in the big bucks for that Rocky Cola. Good to see you tonight. I'm so happy. I'm so glad we had this time together just to share a laugh or two. See, I skipped out the rest of the song. So good to see you, Rocky. You look good too. I like your little lighthouse there. It looks good. And do you own all the land around it? No? Okay, that's okay. Oh, Mike is in the house. Mike, hello, Peter. How are you doing? Hi, Peter and the gang. Happy Friday. And spring is around the corner. You know who told me that today? I think it was Liam, ordinary filmmaker son, Simon's older child. He's only got 1 kid. I keep telling them they need to make another one because the boy needs a little brother or a little sister. What are they waiting for? Liam is 6 years old. So Liam was telling me on the phone today that Monday is March 1st, which I didn't realize that. And then I think he said either the 13th or something like that is the first day of spring. And we're still getting snow up there. I think some of you guys still got snow. David, you still got snow going on in Virginia? Who else has got snow going on? So it's going to be very interesting where it snows in spring. I thought it was called April showers. It's that, you know, that global warming. Everything is getting so hot that it's just snowing. I don't know what it is. How about where you are? Is it snowing? So Mike is saying hello. Oh, and I think, what is it? March 18th, I think, is when we change the clocks. So then we got the race in Miami. We got the Grand Miami race, whatever they got, where they go through the streets of downtown Miami with the race cars. And I think there's a tennis thing going on this month. So there's a lot of interesting stuff that happens this month. Let's see what happens and what doesn't happen. So, so Mike says, I'm saving up money to purchase a Canon lens. It's between the 7200 IS, the 2.8 IS L lens, the Mark III. I was just going to ask that. Thank you for putting it there. And a 2470 2.8 IS lens, which is the L lens also. As you know, I do portraits, landscape, and videos. Which one would you get? Mike, after I saw the ones that you did at the skate park, how can you skip the 70 to 200? Man, you can get right up into a guy's face, get right on his feet as he's doing the stuff with the skateboards, you know, with the 70 to 200. On the 24 to 70, you could do that also. You know, it's a staple. That is a staple lens. That's one of the first ones photographers get always, is the 24-70 2.8 lens. And then we have a lot of new photographers that go like, I don't need a 2.8. Yes, you do. No, I don't need a 2.8. Yes, you do. I'm telling you, you need a 2.8. No, I don't. All right, well, don't get the 2.8. Get the f4. All right, and I know a lot of you guys do have the f4, so that's okay. I'm not picking on you, but you know, the 2470, the 1635, and the 70 to 200 2.8s, and as many of them as you can get with the IS built into it, which the 1635 doesn't have it, but you probably don't need that. But the 2.8s, that is the standard of the industry. Now you blossom from there. But wait a minute, that's on the zoom side of things. There's another side. There's the primes. So what's the three major primes? The three major primes, that is the basic gear that's in a photographer's gear bag, is a 24, a 50 millimeter. You can pick a 24 or a 35. That's your choice. I like them both, okay? So if you get the 24, you could get the cheap 35, or like an off-brand that's like a Sigma or a Tamron. Okay, so the 24, the 50, and if you're in Canon, I would definitely prefer the 50 1.2. Boing! That's what I got. She's sitting right over there. And the 85. But Canon does, and actually Nikon. I'm not so sure about Sony, and I'm a lot of Sonys in here. Okay, but they have a 100 millimeter and 135 that could replace the 85. So those would be the primes. So you got your primes and you got your zooms. Now you get your specialty lenses. So you got 6 lenses going, and that is why on the I seem to be getting more into Sony. It's just happening. That new FX3 at the beginning, when I heard about it, and I heard it didn't take pictures, and it was a 10 megapixel sensor, I'm thinking like, that's strictly for cinema. Now that they announced it, that is the camera to get. Honestly, that would be the target camera. Now, some people can't afford a $3,800 camera, so what happens then? Well, you're not going to get the $3,800 camera. So they got these tiers. You got cameras under $1,000, which is what You know, there's a great group of people in there. But, you know, the younger guys are working. They got some money under their belt, and they're going like, let me go. Let me get a good camera. Okay, I'm getting into the YouTube thing. I want to be more into the YouTube thing, or I want to get more into photography in some fashion. Okay, so we're going to move from the under $1,000 to between $1,000 and $1,500. So you're not at full frame yet. So you decide, well, if I'm willing to spend $1,300, then I guess maybe I can go up a little bit and go to $2,000 and move over into full frame. So that's your next step up. So you got under $1,000, $1,000 to $1,500, and then you've got you know, between $1,300 or $1,000 and $2,000. Now the companies are starting to stretch that on us. Okay, so they're stretching that $2,000. What's $2,000? This Nikon Z6 is $1999. Okay. What else is $2,000? The A7S Mark III, which is a camera I had in here, and I owned it for 2 years, and I sold it to get this one, and that is $2,000. Now those cameras have been out a while, so their prices have been dropping. They'll go on sale, so you're down into $1,500 to $2,000. So you say, Peter, what? What about the RP and the R? Those cameras have their place, but it's not a camera I would shoot for anymore. Okay, well, did you just say you don't like them? I didn't say that. I don't talk very negative here. I might bust a company itself for the choices it makes and what it does. Why am I holding this lens? Okay, I might you know, get after a company, but the camera itself, if people are buying a camera, I don't want to get on the air and broadcast, that's a lousy camera. That's just not me. I don't want to do that. I want to you know, support people in their choices. I'm just putting a star so I know where I am. I want to come down here and make sure nobody's saying they can't hear me. Okay, I'm going to go back up to the top. So we got stalled out here because Mike is going to be spending some money. So I'm kind of helping Mike spend his money. So we got under $1,000, between $1,000 and $1,500, between $1,300 and $2,000, which is kind of slid up to $24.99 because the R6, instead of it being $19.99, which it should have been, is now $24.99. So you know darn well what that means. Everybody else is going to follow suit. So when they come out with the A7 Mark IV, which would be the update to the A7 Mark III that I had before this Nikon Z6 that you're looking at, you know, that was $19.99. And then they got the 7C. This 7C is sitting in the sweet spot. She does not get enough attention. This is kind of like a wonderful APS-C camera. No recording limit, a flippy screen, the size of an APS-C or a crop sensor camera, but you know what? It packs a full frame sensor right there inside. Boom, there it is. Oop, there it is. So this camera is under the radar. So what Sony did is they put this camera in at $1,700, and I bet you the A7 Mark IV, which is the update to the A7 Mark III, which is not announced, this is all speculation, okay, is probably going to be $24.99 to go along with the R6, which is $24.99. So Sony is saying, well, if they can get it at Canon, then we're going to put it over here too. So little by little, they're inching us up. And then there's the guys that go, okay, I'm willing to go the $2,000, $2,500. Peter, what's the high-end camera? What should I get if I'm willing to really invest? Okay, now we got some serious decisions and choices to make when you go to the next step up, which is between $3,000 and $4,000. So that's kind of like buying a used car. And not even a cheap one either. However, it's out there, and the category's out there, and this is the category that's making waves. It's making noise. So Canon came out with the R5. Now this is a camera that also focuses in on video. And then you got the A7, which we were just on, the A7 III. When we go back over there, I call it the A7. It's the A7S 3. Okay, so that one is $3,500, and that's the one. That's the newest one that I own. There's cameras that come and go, but certain ones I actually purchased for myself in here. So the A7S Mark III, which is, I'm calling it the S3. So when you hear that, don't get confused. Like, what's an S3? They made a camera called the S3. No, it's the A7S III. Now, that is in the category between the R5 and the A7S III. Okay? It's this one now that just popped up. So this is the A7S III. This would have been probably my #1 choice. Well, it is my #1 choice. I bought it. So how can I say, oh no, this wasn't my #1 choice? Well, what did you buy it for? Well, it's sitting right here. And you know, I bought it. I'm a Canon guy, honestly, and I try not to be. I try to be fair because I have Olympus and I have Panasonics, and I own them. There's Olympus. There's a Panasonic up there that I own, and there's an Olympus EM1 Mark II, which is a great buy at $900. They go on sale for $899. I think B&H dropped the list price from $13.99 to $9.99. Okay, so I've got those cameras, but I keep going back to Canon. But Canon keeps disappointing me over and over and over and over. They keep tripping up over their own decisions and in the marketing. Does that make the Canon camera a bad camera? Hell no! It's a wonderful camera. It's like they took all the time they needed where it just fits in your hands. It feels like it was created just for you. So you know what messed up the market? Okay, it's these people, and you might be one of them, so I might be picking on you. Pay attention, okay? It's the people that go like, we want tiny little cameras. Well, Sony bought that. They heard enough of the people going like, we want a tiny little camera, where they're thinking tiny little cameras. And you know what? It basically shoots you in the foot. I was talking with Simon today, an ordinary filmmaker, because he just got his A7S Mark III in, I think today. If it wasn't today, it was yesterday. All right, so the camera just got there, and we were going through the settings to help him set it up and stuff like that. And he said, what don't you like about this camera? I said, well, there's not very much to not like about the this is the one we're talking about. So Simon just got one of these, okay? I said, but see your bird finger right here? Now, don't think dirty, okay? Think of me just indicating something. There's a lot of weight that happens on that finger on the grip because they made the body smaller, but the lenses didn't get made smaller. The lenses are still big lens. So what that means in not baby talk is it sticks out a lot. It just sticks out. You happy to see me? Okay, so that tilts the camera like this, and where does all that weight go? All the time that you're working with that camera, unless you get smaller lenses, okay, which there isn't a lot available unless you go outside of Sony, go over to the Sigmas. So it winds up on the bird finger, okay? So I told Simon, I said, walk around with the S3 in your hand for 2-3 hours. Don't put it down, okay? And see what happens with your little bird finger, which is that one right there. I'm trying not to shoot a bird, all right? It gets sore. So that's one of the things that I don't like about Sony every place, not just the S3. And I said the other thing that, what's the other thing? Is the lens selections and stuff like that. But he was very impressed with the S3. So now we have a brand new boy on the block. There's a new guy that wants to get on somebody's team, and it's called the Sony FX3. So why is this camera important? And I'm moving that camera right up to the top. Bam! That's the camera you should buy, okay? Choose the If you can afford it, I'm not saying hawk the house, sell the car, you know, sell your kidney. You know, if you're in the $1,000 or under $1,000 territory, you're going to pick from that one. And I would be glad to go through and help which one you should pick. If you're in the up to the $2,000, okay, then again, you're going to have to pick. And it's hard to pick a bad camera. So it's like, can you name me in the last 3 years one single, any bad camera? You can't. They're all good cameras. So what you're really buying is features, okay? So the FX3 comes out and it's now $38.95. So what is the FX3? The FX3 is this camera right here, the A7S3, my A7S3. So you take the S3, take it off the tripod, because it's obviously sitting on a tripod, rip that viewfinder off, throw it away, throw that viewfinder away, stick a fan on there. So you threw the viewfinder away, you're going to stick a fan on there for heating purposes, overheating, to keep it from overheating, and include a built-in handle so it kind of looks like all the other cinema cameras. Add $300 tax, because that's what it is. Is it worth, if you take the viewfinder and everything that the viewfinder goes with it, you add a fan, all right, and you add the handle, which is included in the price, and instead of it being $3,500 now, it's $3,800, okay? So that's, I call that a tax, all right? So that's the way I think in those terms. However, now you're going to have to look, and it takes pictures. You know, it's incorrectly listed on B&H Photo and other places that it's got a 10.2 megapixel sensor, because that's not true. It's got the same 12 megapixel sensor that's in the A7S3. Yeah, you got that right. It's the same exact sensor. So why do they list it at 10.2 if it's a 12? All right, because the sensor does two different things. When you go in video mode and you're strictly going to be videoing, you're using a 10.2 sensor. And the reason is the sensor is shorter, 16:9, okay? Now, when you go to photo mode, it gets taller, and the sensor's there. It's 12 megapixels. So you take the same pictures you do on this camera on the FX3, okay? And you do the video that you've got going on here. So now you're going like, well, why are you so hyped up about this camera? Because, you know, I wanted to bring a picture in here, and I didn't even look to find one. When is the last time you shared a 4x6 print? Honestly, I would say out of everybody in here, how many we got in here now? Okay, we're up to 18 already, and we've only been on 20 minutes, 29 minutes, okay? So we're not doing too bad. So when's the last time you shared a picture? A printed picture, okay? Most of you, I would say 99% of the people in this room have not. You've shared a picture over the web, on your phone, on the internet. You've shared pictures even in YouTube where you can do slideshows, or you've shared videos. So how many people, you guys are, there's a lot of you that I know personally, most of you, not all of you, that are married. Is your wedding album on the coffee table? Is your wedding album out? Well, if it is, you're unusual, okay? Because most of them have been put away. However, if you have a little screen show of your wedding, even if you've been married 25, 30 years, if it's on YouTube, you know, you can share it with anybody, anywhere, anytime. If you're on Rumble, you can share it there, or library.tv, okay? Little by little, YouTube is losing its grip, but it's the big kahuna, all right? So video is becoming more and more important. Now advance that 10 years, and just like my nephew said to me, what's a 45? I said, I have my 45 records. What's a 45? I got one right here on the wall. Here, let me show it to you. I got one, this is one of my favorite songs. And this one was signed by them, so it's a collector's item. This is a 45 record. So I was talking to him, okay? He's over 20 plus years old. What's a record? Well, how about an 8-track? What the hell is an 8-track? Okay, so let's advance 10 years. Pictures are going to decline, and video and family is going to incline. As a matter of fact, I get annoyed when people take pictures with their cell phones, and with the Apples it does like this 4-second or 5-second thing. Just send me a darn picture. I don't want this little video file. And they go, well, I don't know how to turn that off. Well, it's very easy. Go in where it is, and you'll see a little yellow ring right about the center of your screen, and it's got like a circle and a bunch of dots. You tap that and it will turn off the take you know, a few minutes of video, you know, and it'll just be a picture only. But the point that I'm making is the whole society is switching little by, this is not going to be an overnight thing. Like when digital came out, we went from film to digital. Well, the film people used to hammer the digital people and go, you call yourself a photographer? Seriously? You call yourself a photographer? And you're in digital? Digital will never be as good as film. Digital is just, it's for amateurs. Now, film is a fad. Oh, I shoot film. Pay me more. I shoot film. Okay? That's what they do. So we're going to do that in the video world, and this FX3 is one of the first cameras that actually deals with both sides of the aisle, tilts towards video, but hasn't knocked out the still pictures. You can still take pictures. You're going to take pictures like you do. Why don't I have a camera here? Okay, like with this M6 Mark II. Okay, so if I'm shooting with this and I'm using the viewfinder, which there isn't one, hello, okay, I'm shooting and I'm looking here and I'm shooting like this. And you know what? I very rarely use the viewfinder now, honestly. It's there on the S3, it's there on the Nikon, but I find myself looking at the LCD on the back. It's easier on my eyes. I could see, I could tap, I could do what I want. Okay, now that's me. Okay, now there's going to be hardcore photographers that are going to be the grunt. You shoot digital and you call yourself professional? Professionals shoot film. Well, now the new line is, I only shoot photography. Video is for amateurs. I will never consider shooting video. But you know what? That's not where the market is going. They can be as huffy and as gruffy and even loud as they want, but the market, she's a-going to video. Video is what we're going to share. It's all about sharing. Like I said, I wanted to grab a picture to just hold it up for effect. When's the last time you shared one of these? I couldn't find a picture, a print. I mean, I got really big ones that I could take off the wall. Okay, and that's a specialty. Product photography is a specialty. It's a niche. I shouldn't call it a specialty. It's a niche, meaning actually, if I was going to go back into photography now, even though I'm retired, I would be very heavily into product photography or videography. Those are two of the areas where you actually have defined markets. Going into business is about making money, okay? It doesn't mean you have to be driven by money. The same thing with YouTube. Coming on YouTube is about making money. At the beginning, it's ego. I'm on YouTube, look at me, okay? I hope I get 100 subscribers. Oh my goodness, I have 500 subscribers. I'm a famous now, 500 people. All right, you stick with it for 4 months, 5 months, and you're gonna start looking, when am I gonna get monetized? All right, and how much am I making? And so on and so forth. Now that shouldn't be all encompassing, okay, because it allows a lot more people to express their art form, because we have wonderful platforms now where we can share this stuff, and it becomes very important. So the FX3 is a camera that deals with almost every niche of the market, all right? So what's some of the niches that it does not deal with? One of them is people that want to make big prints. Like I said, product photography. I don't particularly want to use a 12 megapixel camera to be delivering product photography. I would rather have a camera that's got 24, 30. The R5 has got 45 megapixels. Now you're approaching where a medium format, it was their game, and now these cameras are into the game of the medium format, okay? Medium format's still there, still good. So the FX3, who's it for? Well, if I'm in Miami, anything that I would do, if it was video, I have to consider the heat. So the fact that the FX3 has a fan built in, why would I buy an A7 III when I can, S3 I should say. Why would I buy an S3 when I have a fan built in? Why would I buy an R5 when I have a fan built in? The fan is there and is designed to keep the camera cool. So if that is your, one of your top priorities, the FX3 would be a reason you would choose it. If you are the type of person that likes to work with the viewfinder heavily, you go to the S3. It's got a viewfinder. So there's a reason for all of them. But if you're more laid back and you're looking for someone to advise you, the FX3 is the most bulletproof in terms of, future abilities. So is the FX3 perfect? Heck no. All right, so they talk on the FX3. Let's talk a little negative about it for a second. All right, some things that you probably wouldn't even consider, but that means you're not using the cameras for video to the fullest that you can use them. So what does that mean, the fullest you can use them? I'm set up in here with 5 cameras. 1, 2, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras, and I got 2 here, but they're not connected, okay? So there's 5 of them connected that's broadcasting right now, right out the door, poof, right up to wherever YouTube's house is. That's what's broadcasting. So this is what you would call a studio setup. So what's the difference? Well, you shoot and, oh, they're over there. Little SD cards. Okay, so you shoot or you video from your house for whatever it is that you're doing, and you've got your SD cards. So if you have an SD card, it's a brand new or very different workflow. So right now, I can record all of this without broadcasting in 4K, do a little bit of editing, kind of like fluff it up, fix anything that I might want. If I go like a bit, and then I go back, fix anything I want, I would just edit that out and just go on. But that's not a lot of work. That's like 2 seconds. Okay, so I have this set up in a studio setup right now. So the studio setting is a different world than, I'm going to call it run and gun, but it's not truly run and gun, okay? Run and gun includes, you want to be in different places, you want the camera to be mobile, and you want to be able to adapt to whatever situation that you're in. That is kind of like vlogging, run and gun, or a mobile setup, all right? So run and gun would be like a wedding photographer. I'm chasing the bride around. That's running and gunning, okay? But if I'm going to be at the birthday party and I got a camera in my hand and I'm leaning up against the wall and I'm just like waiting for the kid to come and blow out his candles. Okay, even if it's my kid, I'm still waiting. All right, that's not running and gunning. All right, but that is not a studio setup. You're not bringing the birthday party into your studio. So now in this house, I have this room, which is my office, which is also the Christmas room. I've been broadcasting out of the Christmas room, which this is like Christmas room like number 1, 2, 3. This is Christmas room number 4. Okay, so the Christmas room has moved places or rooms in this house. Okay, so in here there's a setting, and it's a studio. Now I have where I do things in the kitchen, and I don't do them because I don't want to touch anything that's here. So the FX3 for a studio setup, it's a camera that's supposed to be like the baby brother to the FX6. So we're talking cinema cameras now. All right, so the FX3 doesn't have an ND filter in it. It should, all right, but they're going to say, well, you need to step up to the $6,000 camera, all right? But more important, actually the most important thing that the camera needs is something that you wouldn't guess. I would say 9 out of 10 of you wouldn't guess unless you had experience with something breaking over and over. And that is the little tiny baby HDMI plug, which is over here on this camera, okay? So they give you this little baby HDMI, well, I don't use it HDMI, but if you had a studio, you would, because you would set it up so that the power comes into the camera without having to charge 5 batteries if you got 5 cameras. And you set it up so that all of this stuff is piped in. It's now being piped into the Apple Mac Mini, the M1. The cheapest one, $699. I didn't pay for anything extra. Well, that's not true. I bought Apple Care, okay? So if something happens, Apple really won't bother with you unless you bought Apple Care, all right? So, but I didn't spend an extra dime. I didn't update the hard drive. I didn't update the memory, nothing. Why? Because it's, for me, it's the recording machine, and it's cheaper than an Atomos at any level, honestly, and I get a free computer, excuse me, to go with it. That tastes good. So what camera am I on? What camera am I on? So they did not put an SDI connection on the FX3. That is the biggest sore spot. You know why? It's not going to take you a year of plugging and unplugging an HDMI plug into these little suckers before it's not going to break on the cable where you can go buy a new cable. No, it's not that easy. It's going to break. Guess where it's going to break? It's going to break over here where the connection is. When you open this little door and you've got your HDMI connection, it's already on the ZV-1. Okay, there's a ZV-1 in here. The connector on the ZV-1 is already loose. Where is the ZV-1? Hello, ZV-1. Did I turn it on? It's right here. I have it listed. Let's go over there. There it is. Okay, this is a little baby ZV-1. This was given to the Christmas room by Randall, okay, who gave the Randall Tower in here. So this guy has got an HDMI plug, a little baby one, and you know what? It's like a loose tooth. If I was able to shake that tooth, I would go, uh-oh. Okay. So the FX3, it's video-centric. We put a fan in there. We put in the flippy screen, no recording time limit. We put in the Cine C, S, B, G, K, Y, whatever, which is also in the S3 now, okay? But we didn't give you an SDI. So an SDI cable is a competitor to the HDMI cable. So the HDMI cable plugs in, it pops out, it falls out, it gets loose. The SDI, and it's limited in how long it can be before it just starts to deteriorate your picture, or it won't pick up, all right? So the SDI, it plugs in and turns. Locked. No pulling out. You'll pull the camera down if you want to think a negative thing about it, but it's on the tripod, and if it's staying there, the cable should be set up right. Even better, you can go over 350 feet in length without any penalty. 350 feet. I could set up all of my cameras in the kitchen. So when I do my kitchen show, all I have to do is connect the SDI connections, because it goes up to 3, and my kitchen is not 350 feet away from here. If it is, I got a heck of a house. I got me a mansion. One of those big things, a big mansion. Okay? So it's not on there. So there's a few things that are negative. All right, so I did my rant. Those of you guys that have been watching and you wanted to see what I had to say about the FX3, I'm going to get back to my hellos with everybody, because that's what we do around here. Let's go back to the cameras that I like to use, which is cameras that rotate. This camera rotates, meaning all by itself, it's going to change. So if the labels are black, here's a little secret. If the labels are black, it's a rotating camera. Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell my competitors. Wait, there's no competitors on YouTube, because there's like 32 billion people that can watch. So there is no competitors. So if it's black, that means this is a rotating camera. That means whatever the timer I have it set to, it's going to rotate to the next camera, hands off. I don't have to buy one of those Stream Deck things or whatever they call them, where push buttons. I don't have to use the mousy chocolate mouse. Anybody? Chocolate mousse? I don't have to use the keyboard. No keyboard. The thing just does it all by itself. Okay, so let's get back to seeing what everybody and his uncle is doing around here. Where did I leave off? All right, that was Mike. Mike, thank you for your little purchase. You just launched me on a 10-minute, 20-minute maybe thing. Maybe I should sit down now. Oh, so now you're going to get to see something that I have added here, okay? I have added the Olympus. And it's for sitting down. I have this set up for sitting down. Hi, Olympus. How you doing? We haven't been on with the Olympus in a long time. This camera is going back. It should have gone back 3 or 4 days ago. So it'll go back Monday or Tuesday. So I put the Olympus back on. I've got a dummy battery in there. Which Olympus is it? Can you tell? Can you tell which Olympus it is? You can't tell? All you got to do is look right here. Which lens do I have on there? I have that really good f1.2 40. What is it? A 42? It's 42.5. So I put that in there incorrectly. So let's see if I can fix that without stumbling all over myself. It's a 42. What is it, Norm? Is it 42.5? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a 42.5. And they call it the Leica. I mean, that's the big branding on there. So I'm going to take the Lumix off there. Okay, so 42.5 at 1.2 lens, and it's set to 1.2. So let's button that up again, lock it up. And speaking of Norm, he was next on the list. There he is. How you doing, Norm? I'm sitting down. So I got 2 cameras for sitting down. I got this one, and I got the S3, and I have the S3 set for a crop mode. So I'm cropping on this one, 4K, got lots of room to crop. But if I stand up, you get, you know, what they call a bust shot. It's a chest shot, okay? So now I'm able to sit down a little bit, and because I stand for the number of hours, and it's after the shows are over, it's very, very hard. So these are the tiny M&Ms that I'm sucking on right now. Actually, that's not true. It's the Hershey's, what do you call it? The chips for chocolate chip cookies. And they made them look like little M&Ms. All right, so Norm is in the house. Merry Christmas, Peter. Which camera? That one? How you doing, Norm? Good evening, Greggies around the world. Great week. Finished another issue of Photo News and another issue of RF Lifestyle Magazine. And now I get to go take a nap. You gonna go take a nap? No, you're not gonna go take a nap. You are? Well, I know how to wake you up. I just lost where it is. Here it is. I guess that doesn't do it. It says muted. Okay, so this is Norm's horn. That's too loud. Let's try it one more time, a little softer. Okay, that's better. Okay, so Norm is here. I didn't read what you had to say all the way through, Norm, so let's start again. Merry Christmas, Peter. Good evening, Greggies around the world. Great week. Finished another issue of Photo News and another issue of RV Lifestyle Magazine. Now I get to go take a nap. So you're gonna you're gonna fall asleep on me, is what you're saying, right? So why don't we do this? I'm gonna play a second, okay? What I want to do is I want to make a new folder. Okay. And I want to put the sit-down cameras in this folder. And the reason that I want to do that is because I want to make these revolve or change back and forth. I'll do that after I go off the air. So right now I'm with the Olympus, and if I switch it, I'm off with the Sony. So how does the colors look? They don't look too bad. I'm looking at the monitor. Okay, so that's Norm. Let me give Norm a big star. You got a star, Norm. Mike says, nice haircut, Peter. Thank you for noticing. That was very nice that you noticed. Yep. I cut my own hair. Yep. I've been cutting my own hair since actually the 90s. So how many years is that? Maybe even to the tip of the 80s. I bought a Flowbee, and then I bought one of those battery, or cordless is the best thing to say, the cordless wall, WAHL, and you put the thickness on there and you go around. Okay, so I use that for Jingles. So Jingles is gone over 2 years now. So I found it because I boxed it up, and I used that this time, and I'm able to cut my own hair, save 20, 25 bucks with the tip. But thank you, Mike. David Crook says the mic was low. Thanks for the song. Are these mics low? Okay, let's see what I can do about that. Give me one quick second. Because I had set this up for singing. Because singing, you belt it out. You sing the song, la 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 la, la la la, la la la. So I needed to lower the volume so it wouldn't go in the red. So yes, I left the volume pretty low. So let's raise up the volume. So now it's up in the yellow. Okay, so the volume's in the yellow, and yep, that's pretty much where it should be. Is in the jello. It's in the jello. And that was David Crooks. Tom is in the room. You know I get excited when I see Tom. Tom is in the room. Yes, he is. Hi, Tom. So you heard all that ranting? Talked a lot about cameras. Well, I think people are expecting that. They're not expecting me to be picking at this chocolate, but hey, it is what it is. Did I remember to put this to 4K tonight? Because the last two shows, yes, I did. We're set at 4K at 30 frames per second. Hi, Peter and all. Haircut looking sharp. Thank you, Tom. You look wonderful as usual. Look at how. Let's see if I mess around with this. I'm going to put this up here in the center. I'm going to make it real. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Hi, Peter and all. The haircut is looking sharp. You look good too, Tom. You know, honestly, now I could see that avatar really good. Oh, got to keep it like that. That's not so bad. It's different. I know you guys don't like change. So Mario says you are low. Mario, I can see you now. A little dark. You're a little, I never noticed that before. You're a little dark. You got the shades on. You're in black and white. I'm drinking water. I'm actually dripping water. Now when I stand up, you're going to think I peed on myself. The volume is low when you sing. Okay, well, hopefully it changed. I just made it louder. When I sing again, you guys are going to have to cover my behind. Norm. Norm is saying, I set up a virtual booth at the spring camping, an RV show, 10 videos, lots of show promotions. We had 800,000 page views at RVLifeMagazine.com this month. set a new record. So that's lifemagazine.com. You guys are a little bit curious. That's what Norm does. So go check it out. It is, let me repeat it so you can, RV Life, RV like RVs. Those nice big expensive motorhomes, RVs. RV Life, L-I-F-E. Nestle's makes the very best. So rvlifemagazine.com, rvlifemagazine.com. So if you want to see what Norm is doing, he set a new record on there, 800,000 page views. And here's my buddy Ray. I wish I could make it so that the avatar is big, but the words would go across the thing. I don't think I can do that. I'll play with it, but I'm probably going to mess it up. I promise that I will mess it up. All right, I'll make it a little smaller. I just like it that you could get to see it. So this is how I do it. So it goes across here like that. Now it's centerized, and I bring it down low. So Ray, you're down low now. Get the Raymond here. Oh my God, if I did that, people would actually pass out. If I came in here with a shiny, too much shine, people would pass out. So Ray says it was business savvy of Sony to release the A7S III before the FX3 because only one people in that market need is the the FX3 is the camera to get. That's my opinion, of course. So if you were sitting here, and this was the Ray show, because Ray has a deeper voice and he doesn't speak aggressive like I do. He's very articulate. When Ray speaks, it's like he belongs on the radio. He's articulate. Okay, so yeah, the FX3 is my top recommended camera. If somebody says, I mean, I don't want to buy a $6,000 camera, but I'm willing to invest something good, then I would say the FX3 should be your camera. It's probably the top choice at this point. The viewfinder in the A7S III is unnecessary for those users. Yeah, you've got the big key to the FX3 is just a couple of features that actually nail it home. Okay, so for a photographer, even though you and I, Ray, might not see the value of a viewfinder, there's many photographers that want that viewfinder. It's necessary for them. Not making a judgment call. I'm just saying that's the way it is. Then there's another group that's probably more powerful, okay, or larger, let's put it that way, that for them, it's imperative that they can shoot and not worry that the camera will overheat. They can go outside in the Miami sun. Where else is it hot? Nevada sun. Texas. How about the Texas sun? Like my friend Justin at Baby Back Maniac. Okay, he's very sensitive to cameras overheating. Well, the FX3 has a fan built in. I'm betting that the R1 will have some kind of a heating management. When they come, you know, we got the R5, the one that's 8K that overheats. Okay, my guess is the R1 will have some kind of addressing that issue, and it'll be a $6,500 camera. But for $3,800, you can have the FX3, and it's the S3. It's the same camera. You lose your viewfinder. You sure do. You lose your viewfinder, and you get a fan, and you get a screw-on handle. But that screw-on handle, it's got plugs. It's all about audio. What about the SDI connection? Big boo-boo on there. I know most of you probably don't get the SDI. And why are you making a big deal out of it, Peter? I don't know anybody that uses SDI. When you got to send the camera in, it's down for like 3 weeks, and it costs you $200 to change it, and it happens over and over and over. By golly gee whiz, Batman, holy moly. Yeah, the SDI connection becomes important. So, let me give a star to Ray. Ray, did I say I love you? And I'm thankful for you being here. And Norm, where is Norm? More than 100 virtual booths at the RV show. Not bad for Canada. So people, what are they doing, Norm? They can't leave the house, so they're taking the house and they're driving it around to go and see things, is my guess. It's going to be probably something that's more popular now than it was before. I can taste that Ocean Spray cran apple in there, and it's like mighty nice taste. So that was a pretty big show, Norm. I can't say that I'm surprised. I watch the RV channel on our cable. We have cable channel here. We have cable, and one of them is the RV channel. Okay, so what's my other sitting down camera? It's the A7S. A7S, the S3 basically, that's what I call it. Lewis. Hey Lewis, how you doing, buddy? What is happening in Canada? How are you feeling? How's the family doing? Which I'm on this camera, so I need to kind of like bevel or swivel. Bevel is not the right word, swivel. And I could see you, and I wonder if I could put the two of them together in one screen. I haven't thought of that. Let's do a side by side. Nope, can't do it. I bet you I can. Lewis says, your hair looks awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Not bad for an amateur, right? Now, if I was a professional, I'm sure like these little things that stick out over here, they would go in there with those and trim that up. Like if Steven was here from the hair salon, he would make this look like $1 million. That man is talented times 10. So he's one of my subscribers. He sends me shampoo. I never even asked him, but I do say thank you. Rocky says, Tom Buck, I love your videos. Nice to have you here. Well, Tom is one of the top of the lines. You know, he's better than me, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Tom is better at what he does, better than I am. Okay, he's got a better show. He's got a bigger channel. He's better looking. He's got a gorgeous, I don't even have a wife. Well, that's not, I got Mabel. Mabel hasn't been here in a while. Okay, so Tom doesn't have a Mabel. He's got like, he married up. When he got married, Tom married up. So Tom is the real thing. He's the real deal. So I see he's got a comment down in a second. We'll get there. And we'll get to, you'll get to see the name of his channel. Here's Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Peter. I'm so happy to be back on your stream. Good to see you, Jimmy. I see your smile. Wait, let me make you bigger. I'll make you bigger so people can see. People can see the real Jimmy. So Jimmy says, hi, Peter. I'm so happy to be back on your stream. So I think that's as big as I can make you, Jimmy. No, I can make you bigger. I can make you real big, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy's going like, no, no, don't do that to me. No, no. Well, let's see if I can get that bigger. And this, no, it's too big, Jim. That's good enough. I'm trying to show off you guys and your avatars. That's what I'm doing when I'm playing these games. So now you're going to get to see, so thank you for being here, Jimmy. Just so you guys realize, see the where it's darker, it says Jimmy Munuthi. Jimmy Munuthi, okay? See how it's bold right there? If Jimmy has a channel, I don't know if he does, okay? But if he did, that's the name of it, okay? And then the rest of it underneath is actually where the comment that he wrote. So the avatar and the Jimmy Munuthi goes together, okay? I should make the colors a little different, but it's not that bad. So now we're going to see Tom. Oh, Tom. Not so small. There's Tom. And he's saying, thanks, Rocky. Look at Tom. Look at, what a handsome dude. Look at the face. He's so happy. That's Mr. Enthusiasm himself right there. Totally enthusiastic. Okay, so now we'll bring up Lewis. For Lewis, I got to bring it down because he wrote more. So let's see. I need to make it so it's wider. Let's put it back the way I have it. Okay, there we go. And let me centerize it. There we go, centered right there. All right, so Lewis says, update. Thank you for all the prayers. My grandma made it through her surgery. She's still in the hospital, but feeling more hopeful. Thank you. I wonder why she's still in the hospital. It's been a while. I would have expected her to have been home now, but yes, I do. I pray all of you guys, your families, and not only you and your families, but also I pray for your household. So you know what that means? Who's in your household? Your pet. Your pet is in your household. So you guys that are the prayer warriors in this room, keep Lewis's grandmother in prayer. He asked us to pray for her, and we did, and we do. So thanks for the update, Lewis. It's good to do that because people pray and they don't know what happened. But now they get a report of what happened, and it's good because this way they can understand, I've been praying and praying, so what happened? Well, she's still in the hospital, but is doing better. So David says no snow here. It's raining right now, and for this whole weekend, I think winter is ending here. So either March 15th or 18th, or 13th or 18th is going to be the first day of spring. I mixed it up, which of the two. And so whichever one is one, the other one's the other one. So winter is ending. So you had your little cold spell there. Martin says, Peter, you're live, and we're both finally awake at the same time. How is my nephew doing? It's good to see you, Martin. Thanks for chiming in. Yes, it is. You're over there where? It's 11 o'clock, so it's like, what, 5 in the morning? I think, if I remember, you're in England. And if you're not in England, I know you're on the other side of the puddle. So thanks for coming in and saying hello. I know it's hard for you to get up and come see me at this time, especially for a Saturday morning. This would be the day that you get to sleep. So who the heck wants to wake up early to sleep when you could watch this on the rerun, right? 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 Okay. So that's why I'm glad to see you. Let me give Martin a star. You don't get to see it, but I have a new column where I can put a star. So if I move around, I could find out what's the last one that I read, because I try not to skip anybody because I don't want to. So Lewis says, I'd go with the 70-200. The 2470 is too normal. Sorry, my friend. Yeah, the 70-200 has got a lot more options. You can go all the way down to 70. 70 is not that bad, from 50 to 70. It is tighter, okay? It's hard to use that in a house, but you can. But it's hard. So, there's not much other lenses in the long end. Yeah, the 70-200 is definitely a staple. So Bob says, did you get your haircut today? I got my haircut today too. Refresh the color as well. I didn't get my haircut, but I had it colored blue. Oh, wait, I think I got it backwards. I didn't color my hair blue, I got it cut. It's one or the other, all right? So you guys could think, well, my hair is white. Dang, this camera makes it look a lot whiter. Let me see what I look like on the Sony. Geez, it's white there too, okay? So I guess I got white hair. I guess that's what happens when you're 92 years old. I don't look bad for 92, do I? Not bad at all. So which one you like better, or which one do I have to tune in? They look pretty close to me on this monitor. This is a 40-inch Toshiba 4K. It's actually a TV. It's actually a smart TV, but I don't have it connected to the internet at all. It's enough troubles. I never know where anything's coming from these days. So I did not connect this TV by wireless or by a cable. So the TV is like dead in the water. It just shows me what you're looking at, okay? So yes, I got my hair cut. It actually happened yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, today is Friday. I cut my hair on Wednesday. So, and it was just on a sperm of the moment thing. I got up and I said, all right, it's time. You know, in 3 weeks, I'll have my long hair, which I absolutely love. I love long hair, okay? It'll be back. So, I just look at this face in the mirror. I go up, I get up, I stake, I wipe, I stretch. Oh, I get the sleep out of my eyes. I look in the mirror and I go, that be me. That's my corny joke for today. So, did I give Lewis a star? Nope, but I did now. David, it's been in the 50s. David said it's in the 50s. Did they ever call you Dave? I did it by accident. I wasn't getting like sassy or anything. It's been in the 50s this week. Well, then you should be enjoying the 50s. That should be weather that you enjoy a lot. 50s is, I can handle 50s. It's not bad. The 40s, I can't go out in my underwear in the 40s, okay, so I have to rush back in the house. I'm joking. I don't walk, not mostly, I don't walk around with my underwear. I don't go out with my underwear. I did once, and I didn't realize it. I was fine because I didn't know it. When I realized it and I was back in the house, I was so embarrassed. It's like, holy moly, what did I just do? And then I realized, nobody could see in my yard. Who gives a darn? Who gives a rat's aspirin? So let me give David a star. Lewis, you're up on deck. What you got to say, Lewis? Tell me. Yep, Peter, you're right. Oh, I knew you were smart. Okay, for that, I get to celebrate. I get to have a piece of chocolate. It's kind of like a miniature Hershey's Kiss. Can you see it? So I'm not really banging myself with sugar. And it hits the spot. Oh ho ho. Oh ho 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 oh ho ho ho. It hits the spot. Yes, sirree. Yep, Peter, you're right. You can find a cheap 24. You can find a cheap 35. Once you hit 85, 105, 135, you're taking cold, harsh cash. You're talking cold, harsh cash. What was that Lucy show where she hid the money in the boiler downstairs and Ricky came home and turned on the boiler? Guess what? Oh no, Lucy! Oh no! Oh no! You've seen the show, right? Thank you, Lewis. You got your star. Did you get your hair cut today? And you refreshed his color as well. Something is deja vuing around here. Lewis says that's why the 70 to 200 is a great, like Frosted Flakes. Tony the Tiger, great. Lewis says, honestly, I'm not even interested in cameras anymore. What I'm looking at is the Rode Wireless Go 2. That wireless audio looks wonderful. I think that's one of the better ones, Lou. So I think you picked a good one there, Tiger. Yep, I think you picked a good one. So buy it and make a video. But you do have to have good sound. Leo, hi from Germany. How are you doing? You're up? You're up early because it is approaching, what time? 11:15? So I think it's like 6-7 hours. So it's like 5:15, give or take. It's either 4:15. You don't have to tell me. I'm just taking a guess. But I know it's really early for you. So I'm actually giving you a high five, an air five as they call it, and thanking you for coming in and being here together with me. That's very nice. So Ray says, is someone strongly considering the A7C? Shopping around for full-frame Sony lenses is an adventure. I thought the 24 to 250 and the 200 to 600 would cover everything, but the 24 to 250 gets bad reviews. When you have a really big span like that, they can't get the quality out of those lenses. It's just, there's a technical wall that they hit. And when they get some decent quality, guess what? The price gets like crazy. So what you do is switch the two lenses, okay? I know Canon has the 70 to 300, so you'd get a Tamron and a 70 to 300 on the, if you're going with the Sony, you know. So it's something that you probably would want to divide up. You're going through the stage right now where you want a one lens covers all. You could do that, but you're going to give up quality. Okay. Now on the A7C, because it's a crop sensor, which two did you mention? 24-200, 24-240, and the 200 to 600. All right, so you could take the 24-240, switch it to the crop mode, and you haven't changed what the lens is recording, and you haven't changed what the sensor is recording. All right, but it does crop it, and it zooms it in for you. So, and there's no penalty because the A7C is over sampling, okay? So that's how you handle that. And let's see. All right, so the A7C has less buttons, which is some things that people have complained about the camera. It's got less buttons, and so the A7 III or the A73 has a button in the upper right corner, upper left corner, okay? And when you push that button, did I turn on the GH4? Let's see. Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, so I can show you the back of this camera. All right, so up here, there's a button, and it instantly switches the camera all over to the crop mode. You push the button again, it instantly pushes it back. Now, you can set this up to do that also, but you would have to sacrifice one of these buttons that's on here, okay? Let's see, where is the focus? There it is, okay? So that's what the back of the A7C looks like. That's what the top looks like, okay? So you see how it's missing some of the function buttons, and there's, I know it's upside down, but there's no function buttons on the top, on the front, all right? So that's one of the things that people complained about is in that camera, is that it actually doesn't have enough buttons, because most people will try to actually customize the camera to themselves. Is it a deal breaker? No, it's not a deal breaker. All right, because you can go into the menus. It's got the a couple of menus inside, okay, that you can customize a little bit, so you can make it work for you. So let's give Raymond a star, and Raymond's on deck again. So when it comes to Sony full frame, it looks like starting with 24-105 and going from there is the way to go, because Sony's 24-105 f4 gets great reviews. That's because it's a very sharp lens. When they make a lens, they do it right, A to Z. And it carries everything forward. So when they do a firmware update, some of the manufacturers like Tamron or Sigma have to backtrack real quick and fix something that Sony messed up where their lenses don't work quite right. But with the Sony, it's already built in with the lens that you get. So that's one of the advantages. Now you pay a higher price. Ooh, yes you do. Okay, so David says the Sony S is for sensitivity and the R is for resolution. I thought the S was for so good, and the R is for really great. No? Maybe? Wait, let me give David a star. Boom. Raymond, those lenses are more for convenience. You'll love and appreciate a 2.8 lens, but the 24-105, which is an f4, I'd pick over the 24-2240. I seldom like going beyond the 150 because I prefer the 135 and under look. Okay, that is Lewis talking to Raymond. Lewis, I had a Canon SL2. That's a camera you shouldn't have sold. You could even buy that now, and you're right up there at the front again. Okay, it doesn't have 4K, all right? And it was so light that the 1628 f2.8 I had was so uncomfortable to use because it was front heavy, always unbalanced. The Sonys feel like that all the time, Lewis. That was why I mentioned that up front, that they have that, you know, unbalanced feeling to them, where the Canons are just right, okay? I wish never mind. They each are their own companies, and they each do what they do well, or close to well. So Ray is talking to Lewis. The appeal of the 24-240 is that you can cover 24 to 600 if you pair it with the 200 to 600, but every review of the 24-240 says it's soft, which defeats the purpose of full frame. Okay, now, here's where you have to do a little bit of search. There's a company called pbase.com, and they have a camera base. You go there, and it's basically where you can see people's galleries. But if you go to the camera base, you can go to the Sony camera base, and you can find the 24 to 240, all right, and look at pictures that people have done in real life and see if you consider it soft. Because people say things are soft when they're being critical or are looking for something in particular. Now, Canon in general, okay, not knocking anything, want to say that up front, not knocking anything, talk lower, okay, but Canon is generally softer. Sony is generally sharper, all right? So the Canon look is very pleasant because it is softer. It's almost like you don't have a portrait lens on, not soft like that, okay? It's soft pleasing. It's sharp, you can still see the hair strands. Like, I don't know what this is showing up on what you're watching, but over here I can see the hair strands on my monitor. But this is, what I'm seeing is not the broadcast, it's what's being broadcast, it's being sent out. So, Lewis, I just read that. And Lewis Raymond, I totally understand, brother, but I tend to never use anything beyond 150. I'm not a fan of the compression. Trust me, you're a model. You'd like to be around 70 to 135 is the most flattering. That's an aim to Raymond. Leo, it's 4:30. Oh, it's earlier than I thought. I'm going back to bed and I'll watch the video later. Thanks for coming in, Leo. I do appreciate it. I know it's early there. So I'm thankful and grateful and grateful and thankful and thankful and grateful that you came in. Now you can go back to bed, go to sleep. Go to the bathroom first. This way maybe you could wake up at 10, 11 o'clock. I don't know if you have kids. If you have kids, you're not waking up at 10, 11 o'clock. Joe is saying hi. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. Happy Friday. We made it another week. Next week, it'll be Happy Friday again. Oh, my gosh. So Ray is talking to Lou, and they're having a little conversation back. We're kind of like eavesdropping here, guys. So they're talking to each other about the lenses, and I'm going to let them talk and not broadcast it. So I am skipping those on purpose because they're talking to each other and responding to each other. Here's Mark. What was that? I was looking at something that you did the other day. Hello all. I'm most definitely going more and more into video work and strongly advise anyone here to go down that path, especially if this is your means of an income. Yeah, I think I tried to say something like that, but I think you hit the nail on the head. I was thinking about you, Scotty. Hello, Peter and guys. I brought chicken wings for everybody. I like the thighs and I like the breast. I like Popeyes. You guys got Popeyes where you are? And it's the breading that I like. It's not the chicken. All right. For chicken, I like the Chick-fil-A because it's the hormone antibiotic-free. Buck, 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 buck. They don't give them the antibiotics. So Scotty gets a star. You get a hello from me. Thank you for bringing dinner. I hope you brought extra chicken wings, 'cause I'm going to eat more of those chicken wings. And that sounds good. If they're fried, ooh, where did you get them from? Because some of them are pretty good. Now you're getting me hungry. I wonder, what time is it? It's too late. Darn, too late to get some KFC chicken wings. Milos, tikana te kipera. Telis la moritixis kati. He's got a question. Oh, sorry, I switched over to talking in Greek. Is it worth upgrading from Sony the R4 to the A1? Thank you. It costs more. Okay, so yeah, you get a top of the line better than no one else camera when you buy the A1. So what more can I say? And if it's something that you want and you add that to the mixture, guess what? You're going to really like carrying that camera around. You're going to be at the head of the pack. You're going to be king of the hill. Okay? But as far as taking better pictures than what your R5 is going to do, the 7R4, I'm sorry, not R5, R4 is going to do? No, it's not. I just dropped the chocolate chip. I'm going to get roaches. We're in Florida. We got roaches. What's your favorite bug? This is a little piece of chocolate. And I got greedy and I took 3 and I dropped 1. If you can afford the A1 Milos, then I would say, yeah. I think you would be very happy with the camera in your hand if you had the A1. I haven't seen Aaron Shorten here tonight because I'm watching the ZV-1 to see if it overheats. Mario says, I did say hello before. I forgot to hit enter. Hello all. Hi Peter. You look great. Thank you. I've done that before. Have you ever come back to your computer? Anybody? And you wrote out a text and you thought it got sent out and you go come back in a few hours and it's still sitting there? You never sent the text out? I've had that happen to me a few times. Scott says, my buddy Dale is here with me from Grand Haven, Michigan. Everyone say hi to Dale. How you doing, Dale? Good to see you. Turn around. Let me see the other. You're looking good tonight. Are you guys having chicken wings over there? Or donuts? That bothers me, the one that I dropped. I got to know where it is. And I don't see it anywhere. So guess what I'm going to be doing after I sign off? I will be sweeping the floor. So, hi Dale, hi from Miami, and hi from everyone else in here. I'm happy that you're visiting. Scott could use a visitor. I mean, he's there all by himself, or just a couple of family members, and you're probably making his day, his week. I don't know how long you're staying there, Dale, but I hope you guys go out and do something or send for takeout, and it's weekend time. So you should be doing something interesting. So Lewis says, true, you get a fan. Yeah, for $300 you get a fan. Scott Rogers, thanks Scott, grabs a wing. Wait, is there enough left? I want one too. Don't everybody took the wings. Scott, you didn't buy enough wings. They all grab one. And here. So Scotty says, take all you want, brah. Oh, bro. I don't know. I can't pronounce the words. They come up with new ones. They can't leave things alone. Hope you have an awesome night, everybody. Be happy. I guess Lewis is off and running on his Friday night. It is Friday night. I wonder if Mark is raising here with me. I wonder if Mark's coming in. Lewis says, that's what I love about you, Peter. You love me? What? Oh, great personality and truly an expert at what you do. I'm a bundle. Oh, a bundle of joy. I'm a bundle. Here's Lewis. Lewis is going to be on tomorrow night live at 11:55, I think, if I got that right. And what's his channel? What's his channel, everybody? What's Lewis's? Oh, Mr. Camera Junkie. the top line is the channel. So you'll know what that is about. How's Aiden? Aiden is his son, and we all love Aiden. Louis says, thank you for praying for Coco. We miss her every day. It still hurts, Peter. I know, it hurts. Goes on and on. But the good thing is, it's not a dead end, okay? For people that don't have any belief or a Christian faith system or whatever faith system they have, for them it's a dead end. But for you, it's not a dead end, so you have hope. Mr. Camera Junkie is still on the road. Louis fixes phones. iPhones is his specialty. But electronics he's an electronics expert. So he goes out and he goes to the customer. So there's no intermingling. They bring out the item they need fixed to his car, or probably got a van. I'm not quite sure. Okay, but anyway, he's got a repair shop built into his vehicle somehow. And I think he told me on the phone that he's got a play area in it for Aiden. Aiden is 6 years old. So he's got a nice setup. So when he has a customer, he goes and drives to their house or their store or wherever it is they have to meet. He repairs it, they pay him, boom, he goes to the next customer. So it's what, 11? So I'm probably a half hour behind, but he's still out really late. Holy moly, did Aiden fall asleep or is he playing? Nice haircut, Peter. Thank you, Louis. I appreciate that. It's interesting that you guys noticed. Really, really interesting. Here's Kip. How you doing, Kip? It's 11:30 almost in the morning over there. Pancake time. That's right. It's pancake time. I don't know why Kip reminds me of pancakes somehow. It just happens. You say Kippy to me, I think pancakes. Okay, very good. So the next time I have pancakes and never mind. Let's keep going, rolling forward. I hope the girls are doing good and you guys are happy. I know you're on a stricter lockdown right now. I hope, did it get relieved, or is that camera over there? Or is it still tight? Mario says, the main reason I prefer larger sensors and more pixels is to get her. He wants to get her. That's me. He didn't write that. I spoke it wrong. Better dynamic range. Is that valid? Technically, it's the right road. It doesn't always work out like that, but technically, it's the right road. So, for instance, this camera here beats a lot of the APS-C sensors, and this is a Micro Four Thirds sensor. And it beats the APS-C sensors, it beats quite a few of them in terms of noise also. So Olympus has something good here. They just screwed up with their marketing, okay? Because this camera, even now in 2021, is an awesome buy. Yep, it really is. Mark says, I've been using, he's a user, Mark's a user. I've been using the 200 to 600G lens for a long while now, and it's killer sharp. There was an issue at the beginning where the entire rear third assembly was replaced in warranty, by the way. So that's probably aimed at Ray because, oh, good, Ray caught it. Here comes Ray. Yeah, the 200 to 600 gets good reviews. It's the 24 to 250 that gets the bad reviews. So what's the price of each of them? And that kind of will tell the story. It probably needs to be split into the 24-105, 70 to 200 to cover everything. Well, there's a lot of people that want an all-in-one, and they're not as critical. So you got to be careful who you're listening to. Raymond says, did put up that slideshow on Peter's Facebook page with 200 to 600 shot image samples. Oh, so Mark put up a slideshow on my Facebook, our Facebook group, PeterGreggLive group. PeterGreggLive Group. Remember all of those words. PeterGreggLive Group. And you don't have to put any spaces. Just start typing PeterGreggLive Group. And you can go in 200 to 600 shots. You can spend the evening going through those pictures, guys. Thank you, Mark. That was that. I don't believe what I heard about you. You're all right, Mark. You're awesome. Peter, what are you eating these days? You're looking healthy and well. Actually, I had half a cantaloupe for breakfast. Yes, I did. I changed and it was very good. Thank God it was not underripe. Just the right thing. You know how I was able? I pushed in on the navel. And if it's soft, it's ready. So I trusted the quote, what they say. And lo and behold, it was awesome. I loved it. I got the other half in there. I ate half. Tomorrow I'm going to eat the other half. Ever use a GoPro camera, Mike is asking me. No, I haven't. I haven't used the GoPro. I did use the competitor. The one that I can't ever remember the name of it. That one. So, and it was very nice, but I wouldn't spend the money. I want a bigger camera. These little things that you just like, pop, 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 they don't do anything for me. It's a personal preference, so I'm not knocking the camera. It's something that I like. Scotty says that Michigan shuts down at 10 p.m. We had steaks at a local restaurant, and now I'm spending the evening with all the Greggies. So what's Dale doing? Is he watching it with you, or did he go off to bed? Or is he watching a TV show? Is he into cameras at all? Well, he doesn't know who we are, that we kind of like each other and we spend Friday nights together. It's like a family get-together. It's our, it kind of replaces that we are out and about. So, what kind of cooking stuff? Do you have a sous vide cooking abilities there, Scott? Because if you do, what I do is I'll take a nice steak, not the cheap flat ones, okay, but a nice steak, and I will put whatever type of seasoning that I want, which varies, but what I'm into now is salt, pepper, olive oil. Don't shoot me, don't scream. I slather it with peanut butter, okay? Then I vacuum pack it, suck all the air out, and in the morning, I drop it into the sous vide at 143 degrees. Actually, lately I've been doing 141 because it seems to be drifting up in temperature. And by the time dinner comes along, whatever number of steaks I put in there, it's ready. You take them out. You don't throw the juice away, okay? But you take the steaks out. You can, if you want to, you can sizzle them less than a minute on each side on super high heat. Then you take all the juices that are in there, you pour them in the pan after you sizzled them. You put, you make a slurry of 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of butter. And you put it in there and you turn it into a gravy and you sit down and you have that moment. What? Even the cheapest, lousiest steak. Actually, I made a beef stew Wednesday. I got at Walmart. I usually don't go to Walmart, but the traffic was jammed up and I wasn't going to wait. So I went into a Walmart marketplace, which is not a full store. It's just a grocery store. And they had a rump roast on sale for $5, $5.50 or something like that. And I bought it. So I put it into the pressure cooker. I made a paste of garlic and I cooked it with potatoes. Well, I did it in 2 stages. I cooked it for 45 minutes in the pressure cooker. I put root beer. Nope, Coca-Cola. I wanted the root beer. I didn't have it. Cooked it for 45 minutes in the morning. I let it sit all afternoon after the 45 minutes was done. And about 5, well, it depends on what time you guys eat. We eat around 7 or later. So around 5 o'clock, I opened it up. I put the little golden baby potatoes, carrots, a whole onion, and I wish I put more onion in it, to be honest with you. and closed it up, and I ran it for another hour. So at 6 o'clock it finished, and I let it just stay warm till we were ready to eat. Then I opened it up. Oh my God. My brother that lives here with me had 2 to 3 helpings. I had 2 helpings. That's how good it was. It was amazing. Be amazing. See amazing. It was really, really good. So, Mr. Camera Junkie, 11:24, driving home. So what time is it now? So I'm about, maybe about a half hour behind. So he's home by now. Aiden took a nap, but that means he'll be awake all night. Aren't you the lucky one? You got to stay up and watch him while he plays, because he's got energy. Don't give the kid Benadryl. No, don't give him Benadryl to put him to sleep. No, don't do that. Now, I've done that a couple of times. It's not a good thing to do with children. So Mr. Camera Junkie is home right now, and Mike says he's talking to Raymond. I have the 24105 USM. I love it. It's not pin sharp, but who would know the difference? Honest engine. Who would know the difference? All right, if you were going to enter into a contest where they're going to lab check your pictures, okay, use a prime, 5.6. All right, but for pictures for yourself, Mike, that thing will deliver all day long. Eric is in the house. Hi, Peter and everyone. I'm listening in my car, going home from a video shoot. That's right. You told us last week that you had a video shoot next weekend. So I do want to hear how that video shoot went. That's pretty good. I hope you're only texting while you're stopped at the light, because I don't want you texting and driving. But thanks for checking in and telling us, because I really forgot all about it. So thank you to Eric. Thank you, sir. Let me give Eric his star. Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, peanut butter goes very well with red meat. Goober burger. I don't know what a goober burger is, but thank you for telling me. I've done it. I don't tell people because I'm embarrassed. It goes very well with chicken too. Okay, don't overdo it, otherwise you will have a peanut butter slush. All right, but you butter your toast. You butter the meat, the chicken, or the. Of course, you can't double dip because you're doing it on raw meat. So I get a nice big heaping tablespoon. Okay, and then I slather it all over the meat, and lo and behold, it's a secret I learned on YouTube. I did figure that one out, and I'm a guy that mixes his food. And honestly, I was shocked. And now it's my secret go-to thing, slathering peanut butter on the meat. Lewis says, I trust Peter. He knows how to eat. But you could tell. Just look at me. He told me about the Volcano restaurant at Disney Springs in Florida, Disneyland. Yeah, that's a good restaurant, dude. That's right. If you go back there again, find the Ghirardelli stand. Don't eat the Ghirardelli ice cream. It's not worth the wait, honestly. It's just like, I had to wait online for this. It was just ice cream. But across from the Ghirardelli store, there's a little tiny stand. And it sells, you know when they put 2 flavors in one and they put it on an ice cream cone? They've got a pineapple from Dole pineapple smoothie, and vanilla ice cream, and they swirl it on a cone. That is out of this world. It's amazing. Disney is known for their frozen Dole smoothie dessert. But that one stand, swirls a really creamy vanilla ice cream along with the pineapple Dole frozen custard or whatever they make out of it. So that's like a little they're all online over there. And my family was going to go over. You go to the Ghirardelli line. Go ahead. Go wait. Over there, nobody's there. I go and get the big. Don't get the small or the medium. Dude, if you're going to eat. If you can't finish it, you could always toss it. But you're not. Okay. That is so delicious. I wish we could have that down here. My friend Raven Kane had a showing of Bloodsport at the movie theater, and Frank Dukes did a question and answer after. I love that movie. That was an amazingly good movie, except the part where he kills the guy. That was like, no, I did not just see that. That kind of, okay, I realize, okay, that they're going to the form of what happened and stuff like that, but seriously? No. And oh no. That was a waste of life. But they're in it for that, okay? So that could happen, but the guy that did it is a killer. He did it to kill him. So Ray says there's long lines for Ghirardelli ice cream here in San Francisco. The San Francisco treat, ding! And yes, it tastes like any other ice cream. I hope you weren't going to say, Peter, you know what you're talking about. I've heard great things about that Mickey Mouse shaped ice cream sandwich though. I haven't seen that one. That would attract my attention. It would attract my attention. Hershey's is a chocolate. Got it right here. See them? These are the mini, they're not the mini ones. They're the chocolate chips that you put in the semi-sweet, the chips that you put into cookies. And you know something? I have less than 1/4 of a candy bar in here. And because they're so small, okay, if I can balance this, it looks, if I put it against something light. How about my skin? There we go. Okay. It looks like a mini Hershey's Kiss. It even has a little thing on the top. And it hits the spot without eating tons of chocolate. So, why did I bring that up? Hershey's has a family. There's more than one Hershey in this world. Okay, so one of the Hershey people in the family, okay, has opened up a Hershey's ice cream. It's not part of the Hershey's company. But because he's a Hershey's, he uses the name. He's got the right. I don't know the legalities of it. That's an ice cream I would like to taste. Okay? And here in Miami, actually in Fort Lauderdale, there's a ice cream store called Magic Cow, where what's the hefty part of the ice cream? The fat. There's a fat content to it. Well, they're up by 5 or 10% higher than everybody else. Okay, and I've had that. My godson got me that for my birthday last year, a pint. It only lasted 3 days. I'm surprised it lasted 3 days. And you can absolutely, positively tell the difference. So there we are. We're at the end. We're over an hour, but we're under 2 hours. And we have completed our show. We have spent the evening. So I know Scotty is going to spend time with Dale. Sly hasn't gotten home yet, so she hasn't popped in to say hello. So let me sing a song for Sly, so when she watches this. Hi, Sly. I know you're coming home. I'm raising the volume up here. I'm singing a song. You might be on the road. It's 11:50 here in Miami. So I'm saying hello to Sly for when she watches the reruns. 'Cause I know she will. She might even be listening now in the car on the way to her house. And when she gets home, she's going to have a snack. Eat your heart out, everyone. So hello to our favorite Sly in the whole wide world. Oh, Sly, we love you. We can't go one show without you. So thank you, Sly, for listening in and being there. We know you care. Oh, hello, Sly. Yes, hello, Sly. We sure do love you, Sly. So now Dale is going like, what is that about? Well, Sly is one of the few ladies that we have in here. So when she comes in, I sing to her. It's my thing. I can't help it, Dale. It's just the way it is, what it is. Get over it. Okay. So I sang my song for Sly, and that's what we got done. And Lewis is talking Jackson's ice cream in Dania. It's a little hole in the wall, but dang, it's really old. I mean, it's got so much history, but dang, they make really good ice cream. And it's actually been on TV a couple of times, you know, like that drive-ins, divers and dives and singing and all that stuff. It's been on shows like that. So that's you know, yes, Jackson's. Too far for me to just run out and go get some. So I'm just going to run in the freezer and get some Publix ice cream, which is quite good. You noticed, Lewis, and anybody else that has a Publix in their area, they changed from that classic black container to now it looks like a moose stamps or something. At first it's like, where did my ice cream go? I lost my ice cream. Where did it go? Where did she go? The Olympus EM1 Mark II worked great tonight. Okay. The only other choice for my sitting down spot. Oh, and I enjoyed sitting down. Okay. So I've been sitting on the chair. Okay. So if I actually stand and I pull the chair out, you'll see I can't use my two sitting down cameras. Oh, where did the top of my head go? Where did the top of my head go? It left. So I have to go over and switch over to the regular cameras that you guys, where are we, are used to. So now I can stand, I can walk around, and because I have a wireless mic, I can walk, I can come back here, I can look. I don't know, I feel like I need to do something, but it is what it is. What I need to do is concentrate on making videos for the big channel. You know who didn't come in tonight? Randy didn't come in. That's unusual. How come Randall didn't come? It is Friday night, isn't it? Did I get the whole night wrong? It's Thursday night. No, it's Friday night. Okay, guys. We're just about done. Say goodnight to each other. You all get prayed for? Not once a week. No, no, no. You all get prayed for every single night. Every one of you. And you know what? Any of you folks that are praying folks, pray for me too. That would be nice. But whether you do or not, I pray for each and every one of you. So let's see. Oh, we got a couple of people popped in. Norm. I thought you went to sleep. You wrote your article and you went to sleep. There we are. We have Kentucky Fried Chicken in Canada. Tastes great. We used to go to Louisville, Kentucky twice a year. Tried KFC there. Huge disappointment. Tastes much better in Canada. The stores are independent. Not all of them. The company stores are not. Okay, but a lot of them are independent owners of the KFC franchise. Okay, and if I go, there's like 3 miles, not 3 miles, maybe about 13 miles or so. There's a KFC here that's a company store owned by the KFC. Their chickens are that big. I mean, darn, you order the chicken, and I'm exaggerating, all right? And the one near me, it's like the breast is that big. So they're buying different chickens, and you could see it. And it's kind of like not fair. I was so disappointed. I would need like 2 or 3 pieces of chicken to make up for the one where I'm used to going. So I understand what you mean when you say it's a big disappointment. So Lewis says hi to Norm. Lewis Canada says, I just wanted to say we're grateful that you show up every single week, longer than we can ever remember. We are so happy that you are here. And it goes 2 ways. I'm happy that you guys, it's like I look forward to Friday night. Okay, I'll tell you the truth, all right? So I finish tonight. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'm all happy, okay? And then starting on Monday, I miss getting together like we do on Friday night. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I get the feeling like, oh, I don't want to do another live show. I got to do this and I got to do that. And then by Thursday, it's like, oh no, I miss everybody. That's where I get to have my fun. So if I don't have my fun, that'll be like week after week with no fun. So now I get to come in, I get to see Dale. How you doing, Dale? See, I met somebody new. And it's you know, it's meaningful because we don't have like 1,000 people in here where I can't read, you know, all the comments, because the comments on the real busy channels, they just keep scrolling. How are you going to read all that? Okay, so the strong thing here, and that's why I haven't pushed this channel, all right, because I like it's cozy. It's kind of like we want to keep it like this. And the reason is because it's our visitation time. I try to insert a little bit about something. Like tonight, ironically, it was about cameras, which is unusual because I've gotten off on washing machines. We've had another one on cooking where I get onto these rants or posing and stuff like that. So we get to have our fun together. Lewis says the Publix ice cream is great, but Publix carrot cake is legendary. Yes, we used to have it here every single week. Next time, thank you for reminding me. Where am I? I'm going to have to get another one. Bye, Peter, says Mario. See you soon. No, see you all. See you tomorrow at Lewis's. Lewis is going to be live tomorrow. And if you guys just happen to be watching and you don't know who Lewis is, Mr. Camera Junkie, you can look him up. Actually, he usually posts on PeterGreggLive group and reminds you that he's going to be live on Saturday night. So Ray says good night to Peter and company. And we have reached everybody. Mark didn't come in tonight, but I love Mark. I love all of you guys. I love Ray. Thank you, Kippy, for coming in. I appreciate every single one of you. You're all special to me because we're getting to know each other little by little, okay? Whether we like it or not. So on that note, good night. Have a safe weekend. Safe weekend. And say good night to each other because this is going to be a cold exit. Now, let's do the music for a little bit, okay? We'll do the music for a little bit. Let's switch over to this camera. Let me play the music and I will say good night. And in about 4 or 5 minutes, the show will end. I'm not going to put up a countdown timer. This will be the exit music. Why can't I put up a countdown timer? Don't I have a countdown timer? End of show. Yeah, I do. How about that? All right, good night, guys. Love all of you. Thank you for coming in. See you in a week. Bye.